Hey, you right guys, Trish Munch's Joe here, and I know I look terrible today. I feel as bad as I look. I'm very ill. First day of the year and I'm very ill, so apologies for that. But I was not gonna, wait to do this Harry Potter reunion, return to Hogwarts. I've been very excited for this since it was announced. I'm kind of, I'm happy we're getting these kind of casts being brought back together. I know they did one for Friends as well, which I will react to when I've obviously caught up on Friends. But this one is going to be special because Harry Potter for me, I grew up with this entire series. I grew up with the books. It's my second favourite kind of saga of films. The first, of course, has to be Lord of the Rings. But Harry Potter, very special place in my heart. I think every single one of those films are fantastic. I don't think you have one film in there that could be considered bad. I'm not talking about Fantastic Beasts. That one aside, the main Harry Potter series, I don't think you have one bad film there. I think the characters are incredible and they were cast so well, so it's going to be so nice to see all the actors back together. See my boy Tom Felton, which I'm very excited for, and Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson. It's just having all these actors and actresses in the same place again. Going back to Hogwarts, like they're going to be on the sets and everything, and just I don't expect much from this. I do expect it to just be like a memory lane kind of, 1 hour and 40 minutes of going down memory lane and them talking about, their favourite scenes and how much they all mean to each other and all that. I know exactly what to... I mean, maybe there'll be a big surprise and they'll reenact, a few of the scenes. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm just going to be happy to see them in their elements. So yeah, very excited for this. So if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. I do apologise again that my voice is it's like kind of like bassy. So sorry for that. I've been coughing for like the last 3 days. But like I say, this is me actually feeling slightly better than I did in the last 2 days. So I wasn't even able to film for the last 2 days. So there's a bit of an improvement. That's nice. So yeah, let's see what this is all about. Of course, I will have the uncut reaction as well, which will be going up on Patreon. Probably it'll be up on Patreon by the time this one's on YouTube, so if you do want the uncut version, then that'll be down below. If you want to join us over on there, we have a very wholesome and great community over on Patreon, so that'll be down below. Twitter and Instagram also down below. And yeah, that's pretty much everything, so let's do this. Our final thing, I also have a clips channel now as well, where like short clips from this reaction and other reactions will be going up as well, so that'll also be, the link for that will be down below as well if you want to check that out, and feel free to subscribe over there. But that's enough waffle. Let's go back to Hogwarts, back where we all belong. Oh, I'm so excited I get to see all their faces. Emma. Oh, look at him, he's so good looking. He grew up to be so charming. I mean, they're all good looking. Who are we kidding? They're all good looking, like cordially invited. Why couldn't we have all been invited? That's waffle. Here they are. Gary Oldman's here? Oh, that's sick. Hey, oh, I love it. I love it. Watch Daniel Radcliffe just come on like a private jet. Like he doesn't even come on, he's just like private jet. All the way. Oh, bro. I love it. Hey. I actually just watched Harry Potter's 1 to 4 over Christmas. Oh, there he is, my boy. I love him. God, I bet it was so strange for them walking back into that room. Tom Felton loved it, he was buzzing. Could Rupert and Daniel not be here for that? They were like, no, I'm busy on that day. Oh, here he is, Mr. Suave. Mr. Suave, look at him.
That's kind of you to say.
Office of Albus Dumbledore, like we need to be told.
Kind of odd. Joe Rowling, and essentially said, "This is my vision."
Oh, J.K. Rowling is not here, is she?
And my brother and I just became obsessed.
Also, she
We just
was into it
begged
before
him
then. That's cool.
I sat there in silence, him reading Chamber of Secrets.
And he's like, mate, I've got in the Harry Potter film. I'm playing Neville.
At the time, people were talking about like the death of reading.
Were they? Oh, Jesus. Revived it all.
JK so much is
You just don't, there's no books have come out since I've had like this reaction.
Tops. Just
off the rack. Just off the rack. They were like, right, they will do. And then off we went.
They
Good.
let us all.
You don't get a better friend in George than these two.
In a way that I think terrified my parents because they were like, what are we going to do with her if she doesn't get the part?
What are we going to do with her? Yeah, imagine how, like, disappointed you'd have been. Imagine if you got to, like, the final 2 or 3 of Harry Potter and you knew you bottled it at the last. You could have been in Harry Potter.
We just couldn't find Harry.
Filmed in 2019. They're like, she's not actually here, don't worry.
This is Harry Potter. This is the kid we've been looking for.
Oh, shit.
So mum and dad were like, no, that's like a huge disruption to his life.
A little bit.
I never thought to look in here.
God, that was so strange.
Look
Look at Rupert.
This is life. Nicholas Flamel is the only
God, Emma went for it, didn't she?
Sorcerer's Stone.
Good job.
God. Emma went for it.
That's me. Like, I am that girl.
Well, Emma was.
Yeah, she did feel like she was born to play that role. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, on the first film, I was dying the entire time. But I just.
Yeah, didn't he say the second film as well? He wanted to get away from it because he missed his family.
Feel like it's a family. I want everyone to feel like they're home.
Oh, he did that, don't worry. First year at Hogwarts. I feel like he captured that, like, magic in the first 2 films so well, which he needed to do. That was, like, the whole point. So, yeah, I think I'm glad they swapped directors as the films went on, but for the first 2, he nailed it.
You know what we did a lot of as well was that
Oh my
game.
God.
Slaps and knuckles. Oh wow, they actually were all doing it.
So happy to be in a Harry Potter film.
God.
They maintain their excitement long enough to focus on an
I guess you have to have, like, so much patience when you're working with that many as well.
With kids as hyperactive and as powerful as we all were.
You would be buzzing though. You're literally at Hogwarts, like, yeah, bro. Oh, original Dumbledore.
I don't think any of the kids.
That was no stranger Hagrid met in the village. It was Snape.
Oh
Me.
no, Alan Rickman.
Past Fluffy. And
They gotta have, like, a little
Dumbledore.
tribute for Alan towards
The
the end,
British
surely.
royalty of the acting world.
What are you going to say for yourself?
I swear, I don't know how it happened.
Oh, that must have been an outtake. That's not the script, I know.
I know. I spent more time with you than I did with my own children.
I know, wild. I know. So sweet with me that day because it was like my first, like, you know, big piece of acting.
Big piece of acting, get that Oscar. While Ron throws up.
Mudblood's a really foul name for someone who's muggle-born.
God, she did smash it though, didn't she?
Someone like
You know. Daniel's smashing, like, the films he's doing are so, like, Swiss Army Man and stuff, it's so good.
Put a plastic floor down. It's got
Oh, the food, you know when they show the food in that scene, I'm always like, oh, let me be there.
One of my favourite moments
Please.
On fishing line.
Oh, that's sick. I never knew that was practical, that's cool.
Basically did a rule book for us, a Quidditch rule book, explaining every detail of the game.
It's pretty cool, like, she's created this world and she also managed to, like, create a really cool sport in that world as well. Like, if Quidditch was a real thing, I'd be there watching it.
We're not going home, not really.
Feels strange to be going home.
Oh, no, the ending.
I'm not going home.
It's like one of the first scenes they shot, wasn't it?
Not really.
Do you remember the Chamber of Secrets PS2 game? Oh my god. What a game. Maybe one of the best film-to-game games ever.
Julie Walters, who played my mother, Mrs. Weasley, was just so wonderful and brilliant to me.
She is. She seems wholesome as well. She nailed that role for sure.
Now, Draco, play nicely.
Oh, surely Jason Isaacs is here.
I was first aware of Harry Potter.
Hey, here he is. What a great actor.
I went to audition for Gilderoy Lockhart, and Chris said, "That was great. Would you mind reading a different part?"
Oh, you know, you are Lucius Malfoy, mate.
They asked me to play Lucius, and thank God they did.
At least he's not bitter about it.
He's a product of his parents, Draco, and he's got really bad parents.
They're really bad parents, yeah.
His dad is a psychopath wielding a cobra cane.
Yeah, Cobra Cane, that's a bit like, you are a villain if you have a Cobra Cane.
I just remember grabbing him and just being as unpleasant as I possibly could. and
Beating
watching
the
him
shit
do
out of him.
constantly seeking my approval. And I said, "No, I didn't slip." He said, "Well, what happened?" And I said, I kicked Dobby down the stairs.
Oh, right, so they added that in. That's sick. So that's some good improv. Not this all bullshit improv that people are coming up with nowadays. That's good improv. Yeah, I just kicked Dobby down the stairs.
This alliance of friends who endure.
Oh, the ending of Chamber. So cool.
And we had a animatronic version.
God, that looks terrifying. God. That's why you don't do CGI though, because it still looks good in the film. Oh, I wish he didn't pass away. He's such a good Dumbledore.
You achieved on those first two and with all of us, and so thank you so much.
It's been the greatest experience of my life.
Oh, he seems nice. Chris Columbus. Yeah, he nailed the first two. That's who you needed for the first two films, without a doubt. Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire. Oh.
We have a killer on the loose.
Sirius Black, you mean?
Is Prisoner of Azkaban the best Harry Potter film? It's up there. I think for me it's either that or Deathly Hallows Part 2. I really like Order of the Phoenix as well. I wouldn't say Order of the Phoenix was my favourite, but I do really like. I love them all. But you know what I mean? Let me know what your favourite Harry Potter film is. I'm actually curious what the general consensus is.
Now remember, guys.
Alphonse Cuarón, what a director.
There is a greater optimism.
I think direction-wise, Prisoner of Azkaban's one of the best directed. And then I'd say the fourth is the worst directed. And then David Yates did very well as well. So, yeah. Something about Prisoner of Azkaban though, just the way, I don't know. Very special. I'd be always getting when he freezes the drink as well. Oh, so cool.
Azkaban felt like a whole new era, really.
I remember you giving me
freaking out.
the Gary chat. Yeah, you were like, listen, Emma, you need to be cool.
You need to be cool for Gary Oldman.
Big deal,
At least they were aware how, iconic Gary Oldman is.
And include him in the acting process.
Oh yeah, I love all his ties that they put for him. That's so cool.
The adulation, the respect that he had for him.
He cleaned up well, didn't he, since Prisoner? Jesus.
12 years of it!
Gary bought it. Bought it with him. It's literally, imagine all these actors played by, all these characters played by different actors. You can't. You literally can't do it. For me, that's like Lord of the Rings. It's just, they cast it perfectly.
Rickman did, that was it.
Rickman?
He had the inside line.
Oh.
He very, very early said to Joe, he was like, I think I need to know.
Oh, that's... Oh, yeah, I remember that. He knew all along, how it was going to be with Snape.
You never have that in the movies because you'd work with a bunch of people and you get friendly with them and then most of them you would never see again.
That's true, yeah. Normal films, it's 3 months and it's done. Goblet of Fire. This used to be my favourite Harry Potter film. Put my blanket on.
Magic.
Get warm with my blanket because I'm all cold and dying.
I remember
help.
come and do that entrance.
Emma, help me.
The dome strap.
Is just this excited, loud.
So, correct if I'm wrong, but Mike didn't actually care for the Harry Potter series. I could be wrong, but he'd never read the books and didn't. Hey, my ears.
It's just this kind of firecracker of energy.
He seems alright, to be fair.
Okay, who wants to fight? And like an idiot, I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Who wants to fight? he seemed like he was really involved with them. Well, that's cool.
Everybody felt much better for that.
You know when you shouldn't break
Oh,
the
that's
director's
cool.
rib?
Yeah, that's ideal.
Teenagers, having crushes for the first time, asking someone to the date, to the Yule Ball.
They nailed the Yule Ball. Yule Ball they smashed. And the games and stuff.
A lot of hormones flying around.
Yeah, we all had long moppy hair. Iconic dribble scene.
So it was that film was, it was all kicking off.
It was all kicking off. Oh, Harry. You want to go to the ball with me?
I just think maybe you want to go to the ball with me?
Oh, little awkward face.
Catch that. The Yule
Yes,
Ball
the Yule Ball.
is first and foremost
Even though Ron makes Hermione feel like shit,
a dance.
which makes me sad. I always love the bit where Neville's dancing by himself in the Gryffindor common room. So cool.
Self-conscious of it, I didn't really know. I'd never danced with a lady before.
Oh, you dance with Maggie Smith, there you go. Where is she? She's not here.
An incredible dress, and me and Rupert looked like, I don't know, Austin Powers, mate.
Austin Powers, yeah. I'd go with that, yeah.
No, absolutely not.
His face like, oh, I don't know.
Rigid in that dance scene.
Is he? I don't actually notice. Now I'll be picking up on it.
Look at that. Stylish. Lucky man. Lucky man.
I love Tom.
I've always...
And I just don't know how to say it. I just fell in love with him.
Oh, that's so cute.
His number on the course.
She had a crush on him. In another world, Tom and Emma are together.
Vulnerable with.
There's always been something that's like, I don't know, a kinship.
Nothing is.
Oh,
ever,
this is
ever,
cute.
Ever happened romantically with us.
We needed more Hermione and Draco scenes now. I think the only scene we got of them is her punching him in the face. He who must not be named. More like Voldemort, am I right? Look at him. Bold little monster. The first film I saw Ralph Fiennes in, was Schindler's List. Yeah, he was a monster in that as well. Great actor.
Fine ideas for the look. I wasn't expecting that.
God, it looks
I thought,
cool there.
wow, that's a strong look. Something that I suppose a sort of whispering voice.
Oh yeah, he does kind of whisper in it. That's true.
I can touch you.
God, I remember seeing this film at the cinema. I saw them all at the cinema, but this is like kind of this and Prison were like the ones where I like start to retain memories a bit more. It's alright, he's gone on to play Batman. He'll be fine.
Suddenly something completely unexpected and
That's like where it all changes, like Harry Potter does.
suddenly you realise that this movie is not about life, it's about death.
Fucking hell, mate, alright. Well, there's Dumbledore being aggressive as fuck again. Oh, he's fuming. He's fuming, so I'm gonna knock the bolt off that Voldemort, I tell you. We got Order of the Phoenix and the Half-Blood Prince. David Yates finishing off the franchise. Hey! I love her. She's great. I want to go for a drink with her.
We're snogging down here. Get over it.
Oh, these two are class.
In the sense that I always ended up holding your coffee. I do love you.
Then what does it say?
Oh no!
We can share this now. I said I do love you, and I just wish I'd been born 10 years earlier. I might have been in with a chance.
Oh!
Lots of love and thanks for being cool.
Isn't it nice?
You can't blame him. I mean, look at her.
That is in my toilet.
She's like one of the coolest people ever. She's a better villain than Voldemort. I don't care. She's like the best villain of the entire franchise. She's great. Oh, these two are great. Oh, the most iconic goth ever. They nailed the villains, to be fair, because you have him as well. It's like, it's so good. I don't include Draco as a villain. If you think Draco's a villain, you're wrong. He's misunderstood. And I'm still pissed off that they didn't add the scene where he throws Harry's wand in the last film. That's a load of waffle.
I killed you, didn't I?
You killed me.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Had to be done.
Had to be done.
Does he come back? Can
Yeah.
you come back from the veil?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. That's just sat down, I guess. Strange music to put with this scene. That was a very strange choice of music for that one. But sure.
By the time we get to
Oh, Umbridge.
the world is becoming more
Umbridge.
More and more frightening.
Oh, he did a good job of that. Yeah, that shut me up as a kid. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Emma is not sure she wants to come back
Oh,
to do another Potter.
jeez, I didn't even know that. She wasn't sure she wanted to return.
Not any younger, she was by herself.
Really? Oh, that
I did
sucks.
find a diary entry. I can see that at times I was lonely.
Oh, shit,
We don't talk
what?
about it on film.
This is kind of forever now.
Yeah, no, I had moments like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's something you feel so overwhelmed with, like, how big those films are and stuff.
Kind of contemplating what life would be like if I called it a day. But
Imagine if they all just called it a day. They had every right to as well.
The fame thing had finally hit home. In a big way.
Yeah, I think of how young they were and they were having to go through this, like, every year, basically. I wish we kind of had more of a conversation between Emma and Rupert about them wanting to leave and stuff. Interested about that. Hey.
Enormous humanity and depth and
I love that little dance that they do.
kind of gave people permission to.
Yeah, you needed a character like Luna in the later films for sure.
Believing in yourself.
Jesus, wrecked.
Everyone felt
Wrecked.
Kind of when she arrived.
When Harry met Ginny. You know what, I like Bonnie as Ginny, but I did not feel the chemistry between Harry and Ginny, if I'm being honest.
Everyone on this set has known you for about 6 or 7 years, and they watched you grow up, and they're now going to just watch you kiss.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
Didn't think of that. Your eyes are open, what the fuck?
Activists, every single one of those girls was like a lovely, great human being.
Imagine being told by Emma that you're a great human being.
Your cue. When you do your spell, it will blow up.
That's sick. I bet you feel so OP.
And I was actually. It was this horrible thrill of power.
Right.
Her reaction to doing that's great. Oh, Drake. Oh, we're getting a whole Draco segment. Let's go. Best character. Apart from Snape. It'd be like Snape Draco for me.
Please let me help you.
I don't want your help.
Oh,
Don't you understand?
you'd be crying.
I have to do this.
What a scene.
Bad guy who in the previous films had always been somewhat two-dimensional.
Two-dimensional? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess he didn't really have... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. In the early films, he didn't have any good traits.
Of empathy or sympathy for him, then we'll have done our job.
Oh, they smashed that. Snape comes in, save the day. Well, not so much for Dumbledore, but... No, Bellatrix. Number one crush.
Avada Kedavra.
Oh, Dumbledore rip. That scene where they like all do the wands and stuff in the... so good.
So many people that we both thought would be around for much longer.
Oh, is he
than
talking
they-
to Alan Rickman now?
Just too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alan Rickman should still be here. Like, too young.
Richard
Oh.
Harris was such a special, warm person.
He was, he
He was
seemed it.
so twinkly.
I felt like if he was the Dumbledore up to when Dumbledore dies, I would have been more sad. God, a lot have passed away on me, John Hurt.
I knew that absolute legend.
Oh, her as well, yeah. Helen. 2021.
I said, I think I just met the best actress I've ever seen in my life.
Taught me a lot.
It's sad, dude.
See, I can't even say it.
Ugh. Fuck, I'm gonna cry. Don't do Alan Rickman because I will cry. Ugh. Oh, not doing it. Gotta remember this film definitely had his part 1 ended. You had to wait a year or whatever for the next part. It's like, oh. Here we go, final 2 films. Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. Part 2 might be my favourite. They concluded so well. My only flaw is the Draco part that they cut out is ridiculous.
We'll still look better than we do in the epilogue, which is great. Like,
At least ever acknowledge that.
Bag?
We look better than we do in the epilogue. Yes. Yeah, Harry's aged. Daniel's aged better than Harry did. We'll say that. God.
Takes, there's very few working environments where you get that much time to build that up.
You can't think of any other films that people have gone through what these 3 have. Like, even Lord of the Rings was a year of, primary filming, principal filming, so... Yeah.
I saw you two the other night.
Got Ron. I know it's the Horcrux playing with his head. He always annoyed me in this film. I can't be too bad because it is the Horcrux. Like the One Ring. I like this scene. This is like the moment where it's like, are they gonna kiss? Is this like the moment?
We were racing through the woods, trying not to be caught by the snatchers.
Oh, and the bit where they like torture Hermione, it's like, oh my god. I like that there's no music in this scene, by the way. It's all just sound effects. So cool.
Oh, cool. That was cool. Yeah, that was really good. I guess we're all getting better.
Hyping each other up, we love it.
Us kissing was the most horrifying thing either of us have ever had to go through.
Jesus. Tell him how it is, I guess. I can imagine though, like growing up together and then they had to like do a kiss scene. It's like, oh.
And we're meant to bring someone.
They are cute.
Bring McLagan.
I was always like curious what her and Harry would look like as well, but
We're doing the kiss this week between Ron and Hermione.
What?
Doing the kiss.
oh, what? I've seen this before.
In the Chamber of Secrets.
And just tells Daniel like, you can't be there. You're not going to be there.
Take it seriously.
Oh, nice.
Kind of think I blacked out. I just remember your face getting closer and closer to mine.
Every time you talk about this, you make it sound like an act.
Carnival is so on.
It wasn't that bad. I know.
They did a good job. They have a better kiss than Ginny and Harry do. Like, let's be honest.
Saying goodbye to the series, I knew I was saying goodbye to you, and I just
Was that the
wanted to
last
bring to the
scene?
surface.
I wonder what the last scene they shot was. It might have been the battle, actually.
If you ask Joe,
God, Hagrid looks zonked.
Very much was him.
I've never noticed the glint of the sword. I think that's right. Yeah, the glint kind of came. I don't know if I made that up.
The thing that Harry Potter did for me, both as a story and...
Look how many extras there are and stuff. Jesus. He pulls the sword out. The glint was there, yeah.
Therefore, by extension, found what I am.
Ha! He's like, you bloody what? Yes, Neville, my boy. Badass moment that is.
Dan just grabbed Rafe and pulled him off this tower.
That's a cool. Yeah, I love that bit as well.
That's the way we started.
Together. Voldemort's like, what the woman get off me?
Resonate, it has to deliver.
Look how OP that spell is, Jesus. The realisation is like, oh shit. I've botched this, haven't I? Unlucky, mate. Maybe next time. Probably not.
Ended or began.
Yeah, there were some things that I'm just like, who am I? Like, what do I like to do? Or what?
That's true, I guess because they've never had time for really themselves for 8 years.
You had to do one thing. It always had to end at some point. We were never going to be doing this forever.
Oh, could you not have though? Imagine.
I try not to get emotional.
Oh, don't, because I will. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Are you going to do that to me? Oh, it was, yeah, let's see. I did know this, actually. Their last... Their last scene.
The people who'd supported them and had been
Oh,
there
fuck.
Said like, oh, when did you pass your driving test? I'm like,
oh, when I did. Oh, yeah, first. That's one way to do it.
We watch Harry Potter together, and that's been our thing.
That's like my family's thing, is always Harry Potter. Always watching Harry Potters every year.
Dobby will always be there for Harry Potter.
it's very inspiring.
I remember when Dobby died in the cinema. Me and my dad were sat next to each other and we looked at each other because the entire cinema was like sniffles and we were just there like, cool.
Training for the ballet, Potter.
What an insult. Draco always had the best zingers, even in the games.
Young children grow into adults, and to see that journey on film, I don't think we've ever seen that before. I don't know if we'll ever see it again.
Because you have films like Boyhood, for example, where it's like one film of someone growing up, but not to like this.
I'll not be here, sadly. But
God, don't say that.
you think on it for 1 minute.
Don't say that. Oh. Jesus, why has this killed me so much? Don't end on always, because I will leave.
Always.
You. Oh. Oh, I had to go blow my nose after that. Oh, yo, what? First off, apologies that this might not have been the best reaction ever, because I've been trying to save my voice and speak very mellow, because my throat is dying from coughing for the last few days, obviously. Wow, I didn't think that would get me as emotional as it did, to be honest. Like, I went into it, I was like, yeah, it would be kind of cool seeing all the actors and stuff and going over some behind the scenes, but I don't know, I think because for me it's like one of those series of films that means so much, like with my family and like growing up and being engulfed in this world for years, and still am. Like, I'm still a huge fan of the Harry Potter series. I still watch them. I might not binge all the films every year, but I at least do 2 or 3, like I said, well, it's 2022 now, but last year I did 1 to 4 over Christmas with my family, which was nice. We just didn't have enough time to do the others, unfortunately, but I did all the films the year before that, so I'll always end up coming back to these films. They, as they said in this document, I don't know what you want to call this, little documentary reunion thing, they are the type of films where they'll be around for the next forever. But they'll stand the test of time, like they'll be timeless, and just people will always come back to these films, and they've aged well. Like, when did the last film come out? I want to say like 2012, so it's been almost 10 years since the last film came out, and I remember it coming out and it was like, oh no, it's the end of an era and stuff, but 10 years later and people are still watching them over and over again. And I know we have like the Fantastic Beasts films as well. I'm not a big fan of those, to be honest. Like, I don't care too much about them, but in terms of this world and Harry Potter, you can't go wrong with it. And seeing all the actors like get all emotional about it, and it's just like, oh, they're so right with like them growing up on screen, and like all the actors being together and them feeling like a family and stuff. Like, only they'll know what that feels like. And for us on the outside, it's like we'll only see films like Harry Potter. Like, surely it's like the only saga of films that are gonna have this kind of unique take of the actors growing up and you're with them for 10 years kind of thing, because no films have come out since where you have that kind of vibe, and I don't think there will be, like, in terms of, because they might have films later down the line where you like see the actors grow up and stuff, it's like whatever, but it's not going to be Harry Potter, like one of the biggest franchises of all time. So it's just they were clearly showing on screen here like they share something very unique with each other, and I'm glad they expressed that to each other as well while they had the chance to. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was nice to go down memory lane, get a few, like, I didn't even know Emma was considering leaving after Goblet of Fire kind of thing, and her feeling like lonely the entire time and stuff. But it's good to know that they're all in great places now and they're still doing well with their careers, and yeah, they all just seem like very nice people, down to earth people, and it was just nice. It was a very nice 1 hour and 40 minutes of going down memory lane with all this. So make me want to watch Harry Potter now, and I kind of want to watch all the Harry Potters again. But yeah, I didn't think it'd get me as emotional as it did. I just think it's, I don't know, like just hearing things like Alan Rickman, the fact they ended on him saying always, like, I'm done. I'm just going to go blow my nose for this. But yeah, them talking about him, and like Rupert telling Emma that he loves her and stuff, and how much they mean to each other, and Daniel crying at the end there as well. It's like, oh god. So, oh, and Tom crying about Helen and stuff. It's just, I didn't realise like that many actors had passed away. Like, I knew which actors had passed away, but when you see it, it's like, I think like 5 of the main characters have passed away since, which is sad. But yeah, really enjoyed this. I'm not going to rate it. I can't really rate things like this, but 10, I don't know. We'll just go 10. It's Harry Potter. I think all we need now is a Lord of the Rings one. Like, why do we not have a Lord of the Rings one? It's been 20 years since. That's mad. Lord of the Rings and the first Harry Potter both came out on the same year. We were treated in 2001. My lord. So now we need, maybe they'll wait until like the 20th anniversary for Return of the King. So 2023. They better have a reunion special. HBO, get that Lord of the Rings reunion. Get it down. It's got to be done. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, sorry for being super ill, but I did want to get this done today because I really wanted to watch it as well, and I'm very happy I did. So yeah, let me know what you thought of this down below. Like I said, let me know your favourite Harry Potter film. I'm very curious what the general. For me, I do think it's definitely Hallows Part 2 and Prisoner of Azkaban. I think those two are very special, but I also really love the Philosopher's Stone just for like the magical vibe about it, and the Order of the Phoenix. I love them all. Like, they're all great, so it's hard, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Patreon down below as well, Clit's channel, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff if you want to check it out, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Peace.